The latest mass shooting in Memphis. Here's what we know right now.
The car popping donuts on a basketball court that we have for these children to play on.
2 people were killed in a mass shooting in Memphis, Tennessee. Police say no one had a permit for a block party at a local park last night.
Memphis police say the 2 people killed were a 17-year-old boy and a 22-year-old man.
Lots of conversations that we need to have about how to mend the disconnect between the generations.
We stand together to denounce these senseless acts of violence in our community.
Memphis shooting spree. On a Sunday morning in Memphis, Tennessee, chaos erupted as a series of violent incidents unfolded across the city, leaving 1 person lifeless and several others injured. The turmoil began with a carjacking reported at 10:04 a.m. in the 3700 block of East Shelby Drive, where a blue Nissan Maxima was forcefully taken. This marked the beginning of a spree of criminal activities attributed to Cordarian Craft, a 20-year-old black male who quickly became the primary suspect in the unfolding mayhem. As authorities delved deeper into the investigation, they discovered a pattern linking 4 additional crime scenes to Craft, suggesting a single perpetrator behind the escalating crime. These scenes included 3834 East Shelby Drive, where 1 male was found deceased, as well as incidents at 3539 Pilot Drive and 3575 Commercial Circle, where armed fire caused panic and resulted in multiple injuries, including a juvenile and 2 females.
The latest mass shooting in Memphis. Here's what we know right now.
The shooting happened during a gathering at Orange Mound Park that drew hundreds of people.
We stand together to denounce these senseless acts of violence in our community.
Memphis police say the 2 people killed were a 17-year-old boy and a 22-year-old man.
Throughout the ordeal, a detailed description of the suspect emerged. A black male dressed in all-black attire, wearing a ski mask and distinctive purple shoes. Additionally, crucial information about the stolen vehicle, a white 2016 Dodge Charger with Tennessee license plate BPT 4410, was disseminated to the public, urging citizens to remain vigilant and report any sightings immediately. The community's cooperation became instrumental in aiding law enforcement's efforts to locate Craft and bring him to justice. As the manhunt intensified, authorities issued public appeals for assistance, prompting widespread engagement and solidarity among Memphis residents. Amidst the chaos, law enforcement agencies mobilized a multi-jurisdictional manhunt comprising local, state, and federal authorities to apprehend Craft swiftly. The collaborative nature of the operation underscored the gravity of the situation and the collective determination to ensure public safety. Meanwhile, media outlets played a pivotal role in disseminating critical information to the public, keeping communities informed and engaged throughout the ordeal. As the investigation progressed, details about Craft's alleged involvement in the crimes emerged, leading to a litany of charges, including carjacking, first-degree slaying, aggravated robbery, and aggravated child misuse. The apprehension of Craft brought a sense of relief to the embattled city, signaling an end to the reign of terror that had gripped Memphis.
Well, we have a breaking news update now on that mass shooting in Orange Mound that left 2 dead over the weekend.
We are working tirelessly tonight to identify the individuals who were involved in this shooting.
Are we only going to ask about a permit when there are fatalities? Because last year, I would ask the same question. Did they have a permit last year?
We're told up to 300 people were out here. We didn't get exact ages.
Ever they got that call, they should have pulled for a permit to see if anybody had a permit to be in this park.
In the aftermath of the crime, the city began to heal, albeit with lingering questions about the motives behind the senseless acts and the broader societal implications. Yet amidst the uncertainty, the resilience of the community shone through, a testament to the strength and solidarity of the people of Memphis. As the city moved forward, the events of that fateful Sunday served as a sobering reminder of the need for vigilance against the forces of crime and division, while also highlighting the resilience and unity that define the spirit of Memphis. Memphis mass slaying. In recent events, a mass slaying occurred in Memphis, Tennessee, yet it has received little to no coverage in the media, nor has it prompted any action from armed control advocates. This incident raises questions about the selective attention given to certain cases, and the underlying motivations of those involved in shaping the narrative surrounding armed crime. The lack of media coverage and public outcry contrasts sharply with the typical response to mass slayings, where extensive reporting and calls for stricter arm control measures are common. However, in this case, the silence from both the media and arm control advocates is deafening. The footage of the incident contains a number of important things to take away. In addition to the usage of a Glock switch and a variety of firearms, including rifles and pistols, there were multiple shooters participating in the incident. There has been very little acknowledgement or discussion of the occurrence in mainstream networks, despite the fact that this alarming information has been provided.
The car popping donuts on a basketball court that we have for these children to play on.
The department has not named a suspect. They are working to identify those in various videos and pictures from the weekend block party.
So many questions about those who passed these gun laws that allow this to happen.
This morning, police are searching for the people responsible, and they are asking the public to help them find the shooters.
Well, Blake, Memphis police say 2 are dead and 6 others are hurt after a shooting broke out at a block party at Orange Mound Park.
Those who argue for the control of arms and the media are not responding to this occurrence with the same level of passion and intensity that they do to other incidents. The hypocrisy of those individuals who in general support the implementation of measures to regulate the use of arms, but who remain mute when a mass slaying does not fit their narrative. In spite of the seriousness of the situation, it has not been highlighted in the media's coverage of current events, nor has it been given priority in the course of the coverage. This omission is especially noteworthy in light of the news coverage that is typically given to incidents involving multiple people being slayed.
2 people were killed in a mass shooting in Memphis, Tennessee. Police say no one had a permit for a block party at a local park last night.
The 7 other injured ranged in age from 16 to 29.
There were approximately 200 to 300 people in attendance at this event.
Police officers dead, another officer is dead, 4-year-old children are dying.
The victims who died were men. 6 other people were shot, and so far investigators have not made any arrests.
The frustration is palpable as they emphasize the discrepancy between the response to this incident and others like it. Such a significant event could go unnoticed and unaddressed by those who claim to champion arm control and public safety. The presence of AR-style rifles and the manner in which they were wielded underscore the severity of the situation. These weapons are powerful and capable of causing significant harm, and their involvement in the incident warrants serious consideration. By selectively highlighting certain cases while downplaying others, media outlets and advocacy groups may inadvertently perpetuate bias or manipulate public perception. It's essential to recognize such patterns and hold those responsible accountable. The lack of coverage and response to the mass slaying in Memphis raises important questions about the media's role in shaping public discourse on armed crime and the motivations of those involved in advocating for stricter arm control measures. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the need for transparency, accountability, and integrity in discussions surrounding firearms and public safety. Complexities of arm rights discourse. In recent events, a mass slaying unfolded in Memphis, but it hasn't garnered the usual attention or outcry from mainstream media or arm control advocates. The disparity in response prompts an exploration of the underlying issues surrounding arm rights, public safety, and media coverage. The initial reaction to the Memphis shooting is contrasted with other news stories, such as the passing of legislation in Colorado or a separate incident involving a female college student fighting back against attackers. Despite the severity of the Memphis shooting, it fails to make headlines or spark widespread calls for arm control measures. Various news outlets, including CNN, ABC, NBC, and CBS, report on the Memphis shooting, confirming 2 fatalities and several injuries.
Officials believe at least 2 people opened fire just after 7 o'clock Saturday night.
We believe there are at least 2 individuals that fired weapons during this incident.
Deadly mass shooting Saturday night in Orange Mound, where hundreds of people had gathered for a block party at a neighborhood park.
It's a mix of emotion, I think, that we all have, because we want it to stop.
The investigation into the shooting remains ongoing as police continue looking at video from the scene.
However, the response is notably subdued, with minimal advocacy for arm control measures from prominent organizations like Everytown for Armed Safety, Moms Demand Action, or March for Our Lives. The lack of urgency and action surrounding the Memphis shooting, especially the typical response to mass slayings in other locations, the question arises why this incident hasn't prompted a flurry of demands for stricter arm control laws or garnered widespread media attention. Further investigation into the incident reveals that it occurred during an unauthorized block party in Orange Mound Park, with an estimated 200 to 300 attendees. The party lacked proper permits, and there were reports of underage attendees engaging in activities that may have violated the law, including brandishing firearms and blocking streets.
I want to begin again in Memphis, Tennessee, where a block party believed to be operating without a permit in Memphis.
Block party in the Orange Mound Park that was occurring, as far as we know, without a permit.
Lots of conversations that we need to have about how to mend the disconnect between the generations.
The parents accountable. The police department is not the babysitter.
There's a lot of people asking if that kind of event is even supposed to be taking place.
The presence of AR-style rifles, Glock switches, and multiple shooters at the block party raises concerns about the circumstances surrounding the shooting. Despite these alarming details, there is a conspicuous absence of condemnation or advocacy for arm control measures from mainstream sources. The lack of coverage and response to the Memphis shooting may be influenced by factors beyond the nature of the incident itself. The unauthorized nature of the block party and the involvement of underage individuals may have contributed to the reluctance of media outlets and arm control advocates to address the issue. Overall, the disparity in response to the Memphis shooting underscores broader challenges in addressing armed crime and shaping public discourse on arm rights and regulations. It serves as a reminder of the complexity of the issue and the need for a multifaceted approach to promoting safety and preventing future tragedies. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.